And there we are. Welcome, everybody. I'm live. I'm back. You already know the Patriot Blitz, Clutch Sports Media 365 live today. I was supposed to do this yesterday. Tuesdays be my normal day. I'm be live. However, my grandbaby came home yesterday. So, yesterday I was going to be live, but my grandbaby came home yesterday. So, I was going to be live last today, but today we're live. So I want to give y'all my intro. Today is our day. We are live. So let's get this intro going. Welcome everybody to the Patriot Blitz, Clutch Force Media 365. Yes, sir. We're here. Yeah, baby. Yes. Clutch Sports Media 365. Please let everybody know we here. We're live. Patriot Blitz. Fact. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm back. I'm live. We're here. Welcome back to the Patriot Blitz. Clutch Sports Studios. Yes, sir. Hello. Welcome back, guys. Hey, Plus Sports Media 365. I'm your host, Jay's Perspective. Pay attention. Put some perspective on the perspective. It's Jay's perspective, y'all. Anyway, I'm back. And guess what? Y'all already know we got to talk about some of that Patriot draft recap. Roster moves, the variable drama. I know y'all like to talk about that drama. And what's next for the Patriots? Plus, we got some of that NFL news. Man, they got some stuff that's going on around the NFL, a lot of stuff that's going on around the NFL. I've been paying attention. Champs, ladies and gents, boys and girls, fans and fans alike. I'm back. If you've been paying attention to the shorts, I've been staying in tune with everything that's going on around the league. And guess what? This news, analysts, and no filters. Stay tuned, stay clutch. It's the Patriot Blitz, Clutch Sports Media 365. Man, you know we in the building. And I'm just here to give you the information that you need to know, man. So without further ado, man, I want you to stay tuned, stay clutch. This is the Patriot Blitz draft fallout, variable drama, roster shakeups. Guys, the New England Patriots are making noise after the 2026 draft. From roster cuts to locker room headlines, bold draft moves, we break down everything you need to know. Is the team built for another Super Bowl run? I think we are. But we're going to get into it. So stay tuned, stay clutch. Let's get to it. I said, are we back? Go. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. What? Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. What? Mm. It's the Patriot Blitz, baby. We back up in the building, y'all. In case y'all forgot about us, man. Just know we ain't, y'all ain't forget about us. We back in here. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the New England Patriot Blitz. I'm your host, Jay's Perspective. This is Clutch Sports Media 365. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It is Wednesday. And guess what? Things have been going crazy. Look, this is what we're going to be talking about today. We got the top 5 NFL headlines, storylines from around the league. I was trying to get to them yesterday. I'm just saying I was going to get to them. Guys, we got some quarterback chaos. We got New England with A.J. Brown. We got the arms race. We got win now or rebuild fast. And guess what? The Pats window for the wide receiver The contender, the dynasty is still here. I know that people are going to ask me a question. And I had this discussion. I had the discussion. Hold on. I had the discussion with some people a couple days ago when I was in one of my bros' room. I was in a Raiders room, right? My bro. And he was talking, man, look, AJ Brown will be a Patriot, most likely. He will be a Patriot. But guys, that's here nor there. We're going to get into that. I'm Jay's perspective, and we're locked in on everything going down in Foxborough right now. Because yeah, it's getting real interesting right now. Let's get started with this draft that we just had. Hold on, let me get my shit together. Hold up, wait, 1 second. Let me get it together 1 second here. Hold up, let me get one. There we go. Hold up, there we are. There we are. All right. Now, as we get this thing together here, the New England Patriots came in aggressive, trading up, grabbing key pieces like offensive tackle, help, and pass rush upgrades. They walked away with 9 total picks. 9 total picks in the draft. Okay? And we're going to talk about the draft recap. We're going to talk about some roster moves. We're going to get into that Vrabel drama. And of course, we're going to talk about what's next with my New England Patriots. Stay tuned, stay clutch. We're going to get into all the news that's going on around the league. Now, guys, they walked away with 9 total picks. The overall solid grade across the board. Not flashy, but strategic. It's kind of unanimous. It kind of went from A's to A minus, C's. Bottom line, guys, they're building around our guy, Drake May, giving him protection and defensive support. Listen, we're getting our line together. That was the one thing that after the Super Bowl was the main concern that all of us had. Protect the quarterback. Get somebody that's a playmaker. Get our defense more elite. But then, of course, you know, we had some other answers that definitely need to be answered. The Patriots are already, when I talk about roster moves, guys, they already started to look at, they already started looking at stuff around the league. So hold on, let me get here. Let's see. Let me cut my cam off for y'all. There we go. So hold on, let me see. I have my overlays. There they go. All right, so guys, AJ Brown to New England is a real thing. It's a real thing. I don't want y'all to think that it's not a real thing. It's still a real thing. We can almost definitely hold that key. But before we even get to the AJ Brown thing, okay? Before we even get there, listen. Salute, champs. Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, Jay's Perspective. Pimpin'. We in the building. All right, hold on. Wait. Let me put my band up here. We got to put the button. Welcome to Clutch Sports. All right, there you go. So, the Patriots already started trimming roster, releasing running back Elijah Mitchell and a couple of depth guys to make room for rookies. That's telling you everything this team is prioritizing youth, speed, and upside heading into 2026. So we're making moves to reassure roster space for our rookies. I'm happy because we got 9 total rookies in the draft. Now, I know y'all want to get into this. But listen, hold on. Y'all want to get into this. The Vrabel drama. Head coach Mike Vrabel is dealing with off the field headlines right now. Missed part of the draft, addressed the team, and now the locker room is backing him publicly. Players are basically saying we're focused on football. You heard me correctly. And I'm kind of backing what the players are standing with because guess what? Honestly, honestly, that what matters. You don't want the drama. The team is coming off a Super Bowl run, and we don't want to focus on negativity or any of the off the field antics of the. You you know what's going on. We all know what's going on. The situation is totally what it is. But the players basically are saying we're focused on football. Honestly, that's what matters. If you're a Patriot fan and the team comes out and says, we're focused on football, honestly, that's what matters because this team is coming off a Super Bowl run. We're looking at our draft recap. We're looking at the roster moves. We're taking in the drama surrounding Vrabel, and we're on to what's next because we're trying to focus on getting to the Super Bowl again. Solid, but let's not lose focus. This Patriots squad guys went from 4-13 to 14-3 under Vrabel. Now they're reloading, not rebuilding, and what may continuing to develop, plus a stronger roster, this team is still very much in the AFC contender conversation. So here's a question. Are the Patriots making the right move to get back to the Super Bowl? Or are they playing it too safe? I'm gonna need y'all to leave me a tape, leave me a comment. Because guys, we already know the drama. I'm trying to get away from the drama. I really am. I don't talk about it. I drop shorts. We talked about it. You can check our TikTok. You can check our Facebook and as well our Instagram and our YouTube page. We already talked about this. But to reiterate the big picture, the big picture, this Patriot squad went from 4-13 to 14-3 under Vrabes. Now we are reloading, not rebuilding. Follow me here. Now we are reloading, not rebuilding, and with May continuing to develop plus a strong golly, god damn it. I mean, listen, we're getting a stronger roster. Go Pats. We are a team still very much in AFC contender conversation. Follow me. We're a team still very much in contender conversation. However, we got to deal with this. We're going to have to deal with it. Now, I'm a smart ass. But right now, our team is focused on football. Patriot Nation. What are we focused on? Football. Contending for another championship crown. Not worrying about what the national media is talking about. However, they're going to sell they got to do it. Guys, roster moves we made. We've already trimmed the roster. We released Elijah Mitchell and a couple other depth guys. That tells you everything. This team is prioritizing youth, speed, and upside, trying to get stuff done ahead of the 2026 roster moves. So that lets you know right there what we're trying. All right, so as we get back to it, the New England Patriots came in aggressive, trading up and grabbing key pieces like offensive tackles, offensive tackle help, pass rush upgrades. We walked away with nine total picks. Solid grades across the board. Not flashy, guys. Not flashy. But we did get some good draft grades. I know things didn't look like it didn't look like they thought it was. But salute to my Pats. We did. Now, Vrabes, he's dealing with that. And again, I'm gonna tell you again. The players are basically saying we're focused on football, and honestly, that's what matters. That's what matters because the team's coming off a Super Bowl run. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but listen, we're trying to focus back on running back to the Super Bowl because this past squad went 4-13 under Vrabes. Remind you, we were 4-13, and now we're 14-3. We're not reloading. We're now reloading. We're not rebuilding. You understand what I'm saying? So, with Drake May continuing to develop, plus a strong roster after this draft, this team is still very much in a contender for the AFC. So I'm not trying to hear that. Oh, we everybody else is doing good, dude. Have you seen the moves we made? I'm still very much saying that my Patriots AFC Championship, AFC East, AFC Championship, New England Patriots. Yes, my team, we're still there. We're still there. Got it. Now, first off, let's talk about the trade rumors. There's some real buzz around potential move sending star AJ Brown to New England. If that happens, yes, we're not talking about contender. We're talking problem for the entire area. If we land AJ Brown, let me get this. Let me pull this up because this is where we're headed next. Okay, I want y'all to get this because this is where we're headed next. Okay. All right. All right, this is where we're headed next. These are the next storylines where we're headed next for this next segment. AJ Brown to New England. AJ Brown to New England. If that happens, yes, we're not talking about a contender. We're talking problem for the entire AFC. I'm not playing around. I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious. I'm being a realist. If we get AJ Brown on this roster, the entire AFC is in trouble. I don't think that y'all like to hear Patriot fans talk about how good we were and we are, and we're back. Hello. We're back. Welcome back. Guys, the trade rumors are getting wild, but June 1 is a potential for AJ Brown to the Patriots. Our second storyline, quarterback chaos across the league. Now, rookie quarterback Fernando Mendoza just went number 1 overall to the Raiders. Teams like the Steelers are still dancing around with Aaron. Now, the Aaron Rodgers story is crazy because I broke that story on our shorts, and the story from Kaboli was Aaron Rodgers doesn't care. I know y'all still I know y'all still don't believe me. But Aaron Rodgers came, it was reported they UFA'd Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers came out and said, okay, I might be there, I might not be there. So what does that mean? The same thing has been meaning. Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. Now, multiple franchises still don't have a clear QB1 heading to the season. But QB1 for Cleveland broke today because Mary Carey Cabot from Cleveland, she broke it down that guess what? Deshaun Watson, after I told y'all, if y'all don't believe me, go back and look at some of my other lives when I broke it down about the quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson is going. It came out as favorite number one QB1 in Cleveland. You pay a man 326 million guaranteed. He was injured majority of the time. So why do you think that all of a sudden now that he would not be QB1? So we know Mendoza is probably going to back up Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter in Vegas, most likely. I'm just saying. I'm gonna bet that Kirk Cousins will be day one starter in Vegas. Rodgers, whenever he gets around to it, he'll be probably OTAs. Rodgers will show up. Shador will take a back seat to who? Deshaun Watson. Point blank, period. I'm being honest. Deshaun Watson was paid to be the number one quarterback in Cleveland. It would be crazy for all of a sudden a fifth round draft pick to come in and all of a sudden he's going to be the starting guy. Are we? Wait. It don't make any sense, but of course, the media wants to hype this up. But when you looked at all of the footage that came out of Cleveland this past week, the mechanics were favored for Deshaun Watson. I know people don't like Deshaun Watson, but the owner of the Browns even came out and said, "Shit, we're gonna knock the rust off him, and he's gonna be a good starter." Now, Todd Monken may be the new coach. Todd Monken may say, "Hey, I wanted to draft Shador when I was with the Ravens, but guess what? While you're the Browns head coach, and the owner says, what's up with the guy right there with the rust? You're knocking the rust off. I don't want to hear it. That's who's going to be the starter." Now, translation to all this, the quarterback landscape is unstable, and that gives teams like New England an edge. Point blank. We get AJ Brown, plus our line is getting we oh my goodness. We've addressed our line. We're building. There's no reason why I don't see us repeating our success that we've had last season. Our third storyline that we're on the arms race. Big trades, big contracts, big risks. Teams are loading up for a Super Bowl push. Other teams are tearing it down and rebuilding fast. And contenders are making aggressive moves post draft. We're seeing a league where no one is sitting still anymore. Look at this. We got the Cincinnati Bengals trying to push their narrative. We got the Detroit Lions definitely trying to get their self back relevant. And the 49ers, well, they're holding hostage to Brandon Ayuk and Jawan Jennings. He's in Minnesota today trying out for the Vikings. So the arms race is definitely on because now teams are trying to get better. And there's one AFC team like the Bengals with Joe Burrow trying to get better to compete. I got to give it to them. I would like to see the Bengals get better because I like Joe Burrow. I really do. The Joe Burrow thing was an anomaly because Joe Burrow took the league by storm. They gave him a weapon. He took so many sacks. He's been injured. The defense had trouble. They had a decent draft, but damn it, I don't know. The 49ers, they couldn't keep nobody healthy. But now it looks like there's a race to see. So we're about to find out. And then we got the win now or rebuild fast. All in. We got the Eagles, Bills, KC, and the Ravens. All in rebuild mode. Bears, Cardinals, Panthers, and Saints. Those teams are still all in rebuild mode. The Eagles are definitely all in. They got four receivers in the last month. The Bills, they're trying everything. Chiefs, they're like, first time in a long time, we missed the playoffs. The Ravens, come on, guys. Come on. We're talking teams that we pick to be in the ship or be in the, and they don't get it. The window is open or is the window closed on some of these teams? I'm trying to figure out because now when you look at some of these teams that are trying to compete, because let's take a little glimpse backwards to what we looked at last year when my team was on that run. And they were saying, no, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Bears, oh my God, the Cowboys. They were calling everybody's numbers but the Seahawks and the Patriots, even the Rams. But now they're saying that all these teams. So when I look at my number 4 headline, right, and I'm talking about rebuild all in, right? Which one of these all in teams do you think is going to actually do something? Because the Bears, the Cardinals got a quarterback, but they don't have a quarterback. I would like to see Carson Beck do his thing. Cardinals, I don't know because see, my boy Jay Brisket Jacoby, he just went over there and he just fucked it up. But the Pats window is wide open. Number 5 headline, guys. The Pats window is wide open. Point blank. Period. Can the Pats turn it into a dynasty run? They already made the Super Bowl. They've got a young quarterback in Drake May, and they're adding pieces fast. The window is what? Not opening, is open right now. What is it? I'm saying the window is wide open for us to enjoy a dynasty run. The Patriots had a good draft. We added to our line. We took, and defense is still phenomenal. Special teams, and plus the AJ Brown talk is definitely one that could be a landing. Because if we get AJ Brown, guys, it's just, you might as well just go ahead and just let us have it. All right. So win now or rebuild. Pause for the cause. Hold on, I gotta answer my door. I need some more shit. All right, guys, back in the stove. All right. So, all right, so I'm back. That's somebody was at my door. All right, so again, like I said, oh, where was I at? Okay, the arm race. So, oh wait, hold on, wait. At number five, we got the Patriots. The window is wide open. Drake May is developing fast. The roster just got better through the draft. The roster got better through the draft. And this team isn't rebuilding. They are reloading. Don't be surprised if New England is right back in the Super Bowl conversation again. Again, I tell you, don't be surprised if my Patriots are back in the draft yet again. Number four, we're going to split this into two. We've got contenders all in, and we got teams blowing it up and rebuilding fast. There's no middle ground anymore. You're either chasing a ring or you're chasing a draft pick. And that's what I'm talking about. You're all in like the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, or the Ravens, or you're rebuilding because a lot of these teams, they lost pieces, they lost a lot of stuff, but you're going to be all in like the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, or you're going to be rebuilding like Bears, Cardinals, Panthers, Saints. Because now you're trying to find something to keep to get to that next level. You were just there. Bears, Saints, well, Bears and Panthers was just there. Guys, the arms race is something serious because I want you to know that the arms race is on. Big trades, big contracts, big risk teams are stacking talent like it's a Madden roster. If you're not aggressive right now, you're going to get left behind. Quarterback chaos across the league. We're talking about that quarterback chaos. Rookies stepping in, veterans on the move, and some teams still don't have that QB1. I just spoke about that because, again, Deshaun Watson, he actually, guess what? Stole QB1. Now, my number one thing before we get up out of here, well, before we go to our Twitter topics, AJ Brown to the New England Patriots. AJ Brown to the Patriots. And number one, the biggest storyline right now, besides the Aaron Rodgers story, besides anything else that you could think of, is trade buzz around AJ Brown possibly landing in New England. It actually happens. Yeah, go ahead. Block the Patriots in contender status. When this happens, I want another ring. That's 7. The biggest storylines you're watching, guys, I need you to drop me a comment. I need you to let me know what you think. Because, like I said, this year changes everything. We change everything with the top 5. But hold up. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. All right. So, ooh, look at this. Bears Muse. Chicago Bears will be playing against the defending Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks, week 1. What? Say what? I thought they were playing in Australia week 1. I thought they were playing week 1 in Australia, champ. What are we doing? Wait. Is this real? This can't be real. Are we serious? So they're playing week 1? No, wait. Is that real? Like, wait. Is this real? This real news? The Bears and I mean, week 1, the Bears and the Seahawks. Okay. So Dave reposted it. Okay. So the Bears are expected to open the season on the road against the Seahawks week 1, playing on a Wednesday night, according to Michael Wilbaum on Get Up. They better be a better team and still not win 11 games. That's a very possible given the schedule, which I believe starts in. Mm. Steelers pass catchers next year are huge. DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman, Jeremy Bernard, Pat Fryermuth, Darnell Watt. But the Steelers do have a decent pass catching. Now listen, I have a dog. I have a homie. That's a Steeler fan. He's a friend of the channel, and bro. It all depends on who the Steelers quarterback is going to be. That tells me if they get busy or they get active, because they have some pass catchers. I mean, honestly, they have some decent pass catchers. However, we don't know who the quarterback is going to be. You know what I'm saying? They have some offensive pass catchers. I just don't know who they be. Fryermuth, Darnell Washington, two nice tight ends. Bernard is a nice addition as a wide receiver. Pittman is a good addition from the Colts. And of course, DK Metcalf, second year with the Steelers, definitely is going to be something serious. Now, if A-Rod comes back, and of course they did, boom. So now the Saints. Look at this. New Orleans Saints, after they got Jordan Tyson, they got Olave Tyson, Kamara Etienne, and Tyler Shock. Oh, boy, that's a who that nation. I know y'all going to be happy with this offense right here. Not going to lie to you. This is going to be one of those offense that could be deadly. George Pickens has a so did he really? He did exactly what he told Dallas he'd do. So George Pickens has officially signed his cowboy tag. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. So now are they going to trade him or are they keeping him? Oh my goodness. I heard this like they was talking about if they replace Mike Vrabel and they go with Mike Tomlin, then this would be wild. But of course, Mike Florio comes out and says the Patriots can't talk with Mike Tomlin without Steelers' permission. Now he has retired, but you know how that goes. That's just like when Sean Payton left and he ended up staying out a year and coming back to football after that year. Now I'm not saying that they're gonna get rid of Mike. The rumors are just rumors. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. So now NFL draft attendance since 2021. See, this is what I'm saying. I posted this, and of course, people went in a like bit of an uproar, and was saying these numbers ain't true. These numbers ain't. They was trying to tell me the numbers were inflated, the numbers lying. There was a million people there. There was this, there was that. I even got one of my people on TikTok that was telling me that, oh, it was 800 for a hotel, 300 for parking. I was like, well, I know it's free to get in the event, right? And it was like, what? Then I seen the report that it was how much revenue was collected from the draft event. But when I posted the numbers from the draft since 2021, I was just posting how the draft had grew year by year. It wasn't a debate for you to tell me these numbers don't mean that this. The fuck you coming for me for? I don't work for the NFL. I'm independent. The numbers for Pittsburgh was 805,000. What I was pointing out was each year since 2021, the draft, as they've moved around from city to city, the draft experience, the event that is the NFL draft, has grown. The numbers for the NFL draft since Cleveland, Vegas, Detroit, Kansas City, Green Bay to now Pittsburgh have grown. What are we talking about? Now, my dude, Rob Gronkowski, first ballot Hall of Famer, is the greatest to ever do it. It will be inducted to the Hall of Fame inductee for the Patriot Hall of Fame. Salute to my dude, Rob Gronkowski. Gronk! One of the greatest that he revolutionized. Now, I know you're going to give Tony Gonzalez, Kellen Winslow. There's another one. Oh, my God. Antonio Gates. But you got to give Gronk his. If we're going to have a Mount Rushmore tight ends, Gronk is on there. Gronk is definitely on there. I would give Shannon Sharp his respect too. But Gronk is definitely on there. Period. Period. Hands down. There's no way. Hands down. You're not gonna, you know. So the character that is Robert Gronkowski is definitely worth that. All right. The Eagles have engaged in trade talks with the Saints for veteran safety. I reported a lot of these stories today, guys. They're on our YouTube shorts, our TikTok, and our Facebook page, as well as our Clutch Sports Media page on Facebook, as well as our Instagram. Thank you. However, again, the Eagles have engaged in trade talks with the Saints for veteran safety Justin Reed. Now, the Eagles are a team, like I told you, they are all in. The New York Giants have signed veteran defensive tackle Shelby Harris. Look at this. Another team that seems to be going all in on the moves. You know what I'm saying? We got teams that are trying to make sure that they go all in because they're not trying to they're not trying to be mediocre. You understand? Um oh no. Oh man, now. All right, New Orleans, I see you. All right, James Cook graduated from the University of Georgia. Salute to him. Tony Romas. All right, so Diana Rossini was covering Titans home game in Tennessee on January She gave birth to her second child 40 weeks later, October's in full burning. See, here we go with the foolishness, guys. You know, I mean, I'm not, no, I'm not, I'm not getting involved in any more Mike Vrabel drama. And the bottom line is the team said we're focusing on football. Damn it, football. That's it. I had this conversation because I was on somebody's panel, well, somebody's show the other day, and all they wanted to talk about was Robert Kraft's rubbing tug, Mike Vrabel cheating. I'm like, why would I want to talk about another man's sexual activities? That's a little bit cringy to me because I'm here to talk about football. That's not football. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you? When I'm here to talk about football, let's talk about the Jets' offensive weapons. Let's talk about my Patriots football. Not, I'm at a loss for words. Now, the Jets' offensive weapons for 2026 in effect: Brees Hall, Braden Allen, Garrett Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, A.D. Mitchell, Omar Cooper, Kenyon Sadiq, Mason Taylor. They definitely got a roster. And mind you, uh-oh. Oh, I thought he might have been going to what's his name? So this is so keep it real. If that ain't gonna ain't right long term, make that move, Broncos. So they're trying to trade for Shador Sanders. So I thought this was a rumor all along. This was a rumor, but apparently it's a rumor with some traction around somewhere to where Shador could possibly be traded. I mean, he did go. He did come from Colorado. The Buffaloes, the Broncos. He could be back there. He could be united back in the great state of Colorado. It would make sense. Bo Nix is kind of nicked up right now. You know, Bo, and Shador could come in, but I don't think that will work. I don't see that work. Like I don't see that. Just because Deshaun Watson is in his Deshaun is in his last career. I mean, his last. This is his last season of his contract with the Browns. You mean to tell me? I just don't see that happening. Like I don't know if Sean Payton makes that move to bring him in and he gets a start, and that start is going to calculate to him taking the job from Bo Nix. And I don't see that. Like I don't know why people are so deluded. Like I Shador might be that guy. He might be an NFL guy, but dude, are we serious? Like Bo Nix, I don't like Broncos, but Bo Nix might be a better quarterback than Shador Sanders. So to tell me Shador going to go to Denver, okay, that might be interesting. Malik Hooker will wear number 24. Thank you, Law Nation, for that one. Malik Hooker will be wearing number 24 this year for the boys. So the Cowboys win defense. Does that translate anything? Cowboys Nation, Cowboys. I know y'all. I know y'all think that every year is gonna be y'all year. I know y'all be like, man, this our year. We drafted well, you know. Is this really gonna be y'all year? All right. All right, so Ian Rappaport is, I mean, ESPN. I
Pretty similar.
listening to the
Like, I'm still going to be on NFL Network a lot. I'm still going to be doing our shows with my guys, Mike and Tom. Now, like, as far as like working with Adam, and first of all, he has been great in this whole process. And a lot of the, I sort of, you never quite know what to expect, but a lot of the ESPN people I've encountered, from Burke Magnus, who's been awesome, all the way on down. Guys like Seth Markman. I mean, everyone's been really, really good. I'm excited to be here. However it happens, like working with Adam, like, I like the team part of this. I like working with Tom. I like working with Mike. I will enjoy working with Adam because, like, this is a hard world and it should be fun, and teamwork is fun. And so, like, however that happens, whatever way that gets laid out, like, I'm looking to have a lot of fun in the next many years.
We're happy for that. NFL Network obviously not going anywhere. It's just coming under a little bit new management, and I think a little bit more support coming in there as well, as opposed to what has been. So I'm excited for that relationship between ESPN and NFL Network and how it continues to evolve. I'll tell you, though, you and Schefter have a little bit different ways of going about doing business. I'm excited for you guys to kind of get in the same room. Yeah.
We still have source-offs. Need that. That can't go anywhere.
Yeah, we need source-offs.
We can have them. Let's do it. It just won't be me versus Schefter.
Oh, because there's other insiders.
There's other people.
Yeah. This is, Kevin Durant won the Golden State, pal. Okay? Braun won down to the Heat. That is what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
That is the situation we have. And then guess what? They're going to hang banners, these boys.
That's right.
No doubt.
Not one,
It's about
not
championships.
two, not three, not four.
Going crazy. I'm wearing bronze right now, actually.
Nice.
Thought he had a pretty good little interview.
Are we going to dedicate an hour to that piece?
So the Giants have invited Emory and Henry University DB Sean Collins to rookie minicamp. That's a plus right there. You know what I mean? I mean, guys, that sounds like a winner right there. Yeah. Yeah. You go over the door for me? All right. All right, there we go. Okay, we have UFL games on the way, guys, on the CW. Of course. I didn't even know CW was hosting them. But here we go. The LA Chargers, Jim Harbaugh is starting the Ravens system and defense with them. Stay tuned for this one right here. Let this one play out while my door.
John, I mean,
stay tuned, stay
I
clutch.
need your defense, and I was hiring a defensive coordinator. I'm getting these recommendations from people in the football world I really trusted, really respected, people that I'd been with and worked with and thought were great. And my brother said, "Yeah, I got two guys. I mean, you should really do the Ravens defense. Myself and I think Wink and some other guys. I mean, you put it together,
So what does that look like? Did you go from do film sessions together? Did you?
Yeah, and I talked to him. I said, and he said, recommend two guys, Mike McDonald and Jesse Minter. One was their linebacker coach, and then Jesse Minter was in the secondary at the Ravens. So I called them both, interviewed Mike, and first, and I kind of got down the road with Mike, and I love Mike. I want to hire Mike. John can have Mike. Well, yeah, I was going to make him my next coordinator, but he said to me, I like Michigan, but I love you. So that's what I've taken huge things. So when the season ended, we had a great year in 2021, won the Big Ten championship, beat Ohio State, go to the CFP. John calls me up and says, I need Mike McDonald back.
That's true.
He's like, is that okay? I go, yeah. I mean, you gave it to me, so as soon as he took Mike back, then I was like, Jesse Minter, same defense over at Vanderbilt. Got on the horn to Jesse, and and talked to Jesse and hired him, and it was really seamless. They had different takes on the defense. You know, one was really more of a secondary view down of the defense. Mike in the linebackers, kind of that middle view of the front and the back end. So they're both great.
Can we break news here? The Chargers are going to run the Ravens defense?
We're going to run the Ravens defense. That's exactly right. Yeah, we've been running it. That's what we've been doing. There's probably every coach that studies the films can look and say, okay, Michigan's been running the Raven defense, 21, 22, and 2023, and in an historic, 40-3, using the Ravens defense. And it's the best. It's the best scheme. It's got answers. It's got answers for everything. You don't get you're not exposed, on any really big plays, and it's just great defense. You've proven that.
You do it right.
He did it right. So
play it right.
I definitely will forever be appreciative and proud that my brother gave us that Raven defense.
So you heard what he said. They're going to be running the Ravens defense. So the Harbaugh brothers said, look, what the John said, installing the Ravens system as a defense. That's they telling you. So the Chargers will be running the Ravens defense. I'm not worried about the Chargers. No, I don't think nobody's worrying about the Chargers this year. Honestly, I don't think we're worrying about the LA Chargers. They look good. But New Orleans Saints, look at this. All of a sudden, the Saints have one of the fastest wide receiver rooms in the NFL. What? All of a sudden, the Who That Nation, New Orleans Saints, have one of the fastest wide receiver rooms in the league. Look at this. 439, 449, 434, 440, Baron Brown, Bryson Lane. Bruh, they got some speed. I think the Who That Nation might be in for it. Uh-oh, Nation. Come on, Saints. One of the fastest wide receiver rooms in the league. Yes, I give them that. All right. So here we go. I really want to see Kyle Williams make that jump this year. I did too. Listen, I did. He's been working. My dude Kyle Williams has been working. Come on, Pass Nation. We know Kyle Williams has been getting it in, guys. But the current Patriot room, Romeo Dobbs, Kayshawn, Mac Hollins, E. Effin Chisholm, Pop Douglas. Guys, my dude Kyle Williams has been grinding. He's been grinding. Lee, I really wanted to see my dude get it in this year. So with A.J. Brown coming over, I expect like I said, you can talk that trash. I'm talking contenders. All right. Damn, Chason. Chason turned a $39 million deal for the Saints. He went to the Commanders for $11 million. Legacy over money. I love it, but I wish he would have stayed in New England. I wish he would have stayed with the. I wish, man. Stay in New England, brother. Stay in there. All right, so here we go. A.J. Brown trade to the Patriots. Compensation odds and possible package appear in the latest Adam Schefter. Most likely, 98% overall post-June 1. Patriots send a 2028 first round, possibly a 2027 fit for A.J. Brown. I'm saying, bro, it could realistic. This is going to happen. Okay? I don't want to see Kayshawn Booty go. I want Kayshawn to stay because it could be. Chris Sims was fired by NBC from their Sunday Night Football coverage not for long after when he almost revealed what coaches and their wives have been telling him about the Patriots. So Chris Long got fired because Chris Sims got fired because he was leaking information. Oh my! All right, so the New England Patriots added an interesting player to their running back room when they selected Jamoni Miller. Jamoni, hey, y'all in trouble. We got a dog, guys. Here we go. Let's go, Pats.
2nd and 3.
I mean, let's go, Pats.
Here he goes. Jam Miller past midfield.
Jam Miller.
Really nice job by patience and vision by Miller.
Can I get a go, Pats? Go, Pats.
Miller.
All right. That's Jam Miller, y'all. That's our running back we added in the draft. Look at that.
Inside the 20, keeps his
that.
balance and seals it. Jam Miller.
Jam Miller.
A 56-yard touchdown run.
Say, I'm telling you now, bro. New England is going to be something to mess with next year. They don't want to hear it, but we are here for you to listen to. New England is going to be trouble next year. We added running backs, offensive line, defense.
I mean, the sky's the limit for this offense.
We got
Malachi Moore certainly being physical helps that business.
They're on 1st down. It's Miller with a big opening with him. Here's Jam. Jam Miller. Jam Miller, touchdown, Bama. 34 yards.
Let's go, Pats. Let's go.
Alabama starting to throw it into high gear now.
Hold down the middle of the field. And there's Jam Miller. Nobody touches him.
2 minutes and 37 seconds. Jam Miller this time. Crimson Tide rolling.
Now Miller motions to the near side. Miller looking for him on a wheel route on a dime. The Tide.
And that's what I like right there. When I seen that coming out the backfield, catching, over with. Cancel that. I was like, one of the best picks right there. Look, right here, right there.
Can't find the football. Miller puts it right on the money.
And that's Jalen Miller throwing the ball to
Alabama
him.
Right now, all over Georgia.
So he's spent the last 2 seasons in Alabama doing his thing.
Dick Sheridan's scheme and what they want to do. He has been able to run.
2nd and goal. A hole on the left side, and it's jumped through for Jam Miller, and Alabama's on the board on an 8-yard touchdown run.
Go Pats, we back up in here.
Milroe hands it off. There's a huge hole. Jam Miller down the sideline and forced out of bounds inside the 5.
Again, Jam Miller is
Gino Vandermark coming in the game. He's actually a right tackle right there. Excuse me. Excellent kick-out block along with CJ.
That was a good plus grade for the Patriots to pick up.
Very good-looking opening drive from Alabama, but since then the South Carolina defense has responded. Jam Miller out of the backfield.
There's a big 4th down conversion from their own 34-yard line.
Involved out there outside the numbers. Goes for 12 yards. Jam Miller.
And as soon as he's attempted, now that sets up Bama for this.
Jam Miller. Touchdown, Alabama.
Let's go, man. Stop playing with us. I keep trying to tell y'all, y'all don't believe me when I tell y'all my Patriots are back. So again, guys, I mean, the Saints do have offensive weapons that we've seen they added. Listen, I'm watching them. I'm paying attention. Travis Etienne, Jordan Tyson, Bryce, Lance, Oscar Delp was a steal. The boy from Georgia, I can only imagine what he's going to do. And then you got Noah Fant. Oh, God. The Saints, if they don't get the division this year, they might get it next year. There's going to be a fight for that NFC South. I'm telling you now. Now, these numbers are making us all kind of crazy. Odds are making the NFL. Look at this shit. This is numbers. Your college education. What's going to provide for you and your family after football is over? Look at this. All right. Makes sense. All right. The photos of Broncos star Bo Nix's ankle after the surgery. Guys, I'm telling you, I can show you my surgery pictures after the surgery. I mean, it's not bad. Now, the 2026 NFL draft value ranks. Where we at? We're at 24. Just crazy. I don't believe these value ranks. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna stop the value. The Patriots have no in there. Listen, this is good news because I'm tired of seeing all of the rumors. The Patriots have no intention of firing Mike Vrabel and do not want him to resign. Crafts are extremely loyal, have no intention of firing Vrabel. Nor do they want to see him resign or quit over all this drama. Point blank, period. You heard it here on Clutch Sports Media 365, the Patriot Blitz. I'm going to close the show with this one right here. The Patriots have no intention of firing Mike Vrabel. And of course, when we started the show, I told y'all, the players said, we are not paying attention to that. We're focused on football. That's it. We're focused on football. We're focused on trying to run it back for a championship. That's it. I don't know what else I can tell you, but you're going to make your own assumptions. People are going to have their own. They're going to do it. And the way today is, everybody's going to have their own media hype, their own media availability, their own way of saying what they want to say. As a Patriot fan, let me tell you something. Stick to football. Stick to football, guys. Don't stick to the goddamn salacious commentary or the hype. Because if you worrying about what another person is doing off the field, you can get your views. But it's not football. It's the off season right now. We have limited football news to talk about. But it's not about the fuck somebody else is doing in their personal life. Like, honestly, I told you the story I just went through. People were worrying about a rub and tug and what the going on in somebody else's personal bedroom and life. That's not football. I can't give you football talking about bedroom. If they did some shit that was off the chain, that's like, degrading, yeah, I'd be like, man, I'm all over the coverage. We're going to talk about the story. We're going to hit the key points, and it's over. But to dig into all this and discuss, it's not that damn important, bro. It's not. It's not. Deshaun Watson is QB1. Aaron Rodgers said, well, what I'm talking about? The Patriots are on the rebound trying to go back to another Super Bowl. You heard what Mr. Kraft said, we're not firing him. We're not asking him to resign. That's it. Go Pats. Period. There's enough storylines to talk about. And that's what we're going to leave this at. Okay? Stay tuned. Stay clutch. We'll be back because I didn't get the story out last night, or Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I will be back tonight with the next show. But guys, stay tuned. Stay clutch. And remember, go Pats. We go!